back in Week 3. The Jaguars won a blowout in their last game against the Texans. Can Houston avoid the sweep? The answer comes your way next on EA Sports.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they?
The Jaguars defense out to go to work here. Sensational a week ago in the victory. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And he really played well last week. This whole defense did, as a matter of fact. Anytime you can hold your opponent under 10 points, you've got a great chance to come away with a victory, and that's exactly what they did.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
They held them to just 7 points, and in reviewing the game tape, I'm wondering how they got to 7. I actually wrote a note to myself. How did they even score? The way they were playing, absolutely dominating on their side of the ball.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. That'll be caught left side by Woods. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They'll have to defend the short field here as this drive begins with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Got his man, Dell. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 56 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They lead 7-0, trying to put a stop together here as this drive starts with a 1st down. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. This is caught. It's Woods. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here we go.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Ready.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. K'Lavon Chason, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
The lessons will continue, but this rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Alert.
They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the '85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People?
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They've had the upper hand so far in this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this 1st down.
Here we go. Shot.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Going for it with Pierce. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
After watching that play result, it took me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and we asked him, so how you plan to move the ball against this defense?
He didn't really tip his hand, did he?
No, he didn't. I think it's because he really didn't have an answer. He wasn't quite sure how he was going to get it done, and that play showed us.
Ready.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. The Colts locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Former #1 overall pick Joe Burrow with a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Panthers trying to hold on and claim victory.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They'll try to get the football right back to their offense who just punted. So now they'll try to force a punt themselves. It's 1st and 10.
Roll, roll, roll. Trap alert, trap alert.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Throwing now is Stroud. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there. No fear there in the middle of the field. They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They're going to need to limit the 1st downs here with this drive already starting not far from midfield at the 40-yard line.
Ready?
Singletary to get the drive started. To the 43, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's...
And they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. That's Akeem Hicks, the towering NFL vet, coming in for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They've pitched the shutout here into the fourth quarter. Been sensational. The question, can they finish it off? They'll need to come up with another stop here.
Okay, ready? Tag!
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready?
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. Stroud now on 2nd down. That's complete to Dell.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Ready?
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
Ready?
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off, and the return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season, and in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pinched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Jags, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Who's up for some victory talk?